White House.
Hello everyone, welcome to Global Government News. Today is Friday, March 2nd, 2012, and I'm Darko. My website is ggnonline.com, and ddarko2012 and ddarko2013 are my YouTube channels. Please check them out, subscribe. So I tried to throw in a video and tie it together as far as the heart attack weapons, and it's kind of funny because I actually remember talking to a relative who works for the government, and I remember I came up with this idea. I didn't hear this from anybody else, so I just thought it would be a very good covert kind of black op type weapon where they shot icicles, you know what I mean, or ice bullets, and they would melt. And he said something about how it would never work. Well, there you go. So, but he was the same person who also said that that the federal government reigns over the states and the states can't secede from the union. So I don't know. Like I said, I think he's being taught a different form of law or something like that. So, okay, so Obama's hidden birth certificate. Here it is, folks, the documents we've been waiting for. Now what? And it goes on. It says, whether we like it or not, believe it or disbelieve it, Barack Hussein Obama II General Hospital, Mombasa, Kenya, where Obama was born a few hours later at 7:21 p.m. on August 4th, 1961. 4 days later, his mother flew to Hawaii, registered his birth in Honolulu as a certificate of live birth, which omitted the place and hospital of birth. All the links for the articles that I cover will be in YouTube's video description, so scroll down there underneath the video and check it out, all the links. This is what Obama has spent almost $2 million so far to hide. You can go there and check that out. It has different photos, certified copy of registration of birth, and when you go down here, there's where it is, Coast Province General Hospital in Kenya, certificate of birth, Barack Hussein Obama II. So then we have Japan invents speech jamming gun that silences people mid-sentence. It kind of goes in line with the whole heart attack gun. Japanese research, and you can do that. You don't actually have to have a gun to do it too. It's just, you could use these microwave weapons that are can pulse you from these towers and skies and satellite transmissions and give you a heart attack that way. I mean, come on. The whole gun thing was probably just a diversion from the real technology. Japanese researchers have invented a speech jamming gadget that painlessly forces people into silence. So that's right, said the Advanced Industrial Science and Technology University developed a portable speech jammer gun that can silence people more than 30 meters away. Again, they could probably do this with microwave-type weapons, but this is what they'll reveal to the public. The device works by recording its target's speech, then firing their words back at them with a 0.2-second delay, which affects the brain's cognitive processes and causes speakers to stutter before silencing them completely. And sometimes I see people like Ron Paul and that, and I know he's getting older, but I see people that speak publicly on television and sometimes they have a hard time with their words, like stuttering a lot, especially when they're trying to make a certain point. And that right there sticks out to me a lot when I see that. A good example is that Barry Trower video on microwave weapons. Remember the individual I showed just a couple of videos here, a little snippet of it. He actually worked for the British government and that, I think it was the Navy, on microwave weapons, doing research in that and testing them. So he knew all about them. And while he was even talking about it, there was a certain point where he's saying how they could target people they don't really want to kill right away, and they could just pulse them. And as he was saying that, he started stuttering in his words and he couldn't get it out, and he kept coughing too. He said, because this is right while he was talking about how they can actually cause viruses and you to get ill with these microwave weapons. So they don't even need to really spray or give you vaccinations. They could just pulse you. Cameron and Sarkozy announced joint military command center after Libya's success. So Libya's success. So after shamelessly declaring their obliteration of Libya a success, the UK Prime Minister David Cameron and France's Nicolas Sarkozy have announced the creation of a joint military command and control center to streamline future operations. At the summit, it's not today, but in Paris, Cameron lauded their incredibly strong relationship based on shared interests. French leader holes up in cafe to escape protesters. Sarkozy took refuge from a crowd of several hungry 100 angry protesters, maybe they are hungry, in a cafe, hungry for liberté. Right? Two brief headlines here as far as the military and their weapons. Air Force shells $3 billion worth of brand new drones, saying it was they had expensive upgrades and they cost too much, so they're going to stick with U-2 spy planes, says the General Norton Shorts. So I don't know, if there's not really the full story, I think, coming up here. But either way, maybe he's doing something good. Maybe he's stopping these drones, the attack of the drones, because that's a big deal right now as far as over the homeland, over the United States, right, in our territory, having drones fly over in their airspace. FAA has basically cleared 30,000 drones recently. Navy unleashes its electromagnetic railgun outside the lab, and just like the nuclear weapons, remember talking about electromagnetic weapons and directed energy weapons, they just open up their own new facility talking about lasers and whatnot. That's the real technology, and so they make a big deal about nuclear energy, but it's really directed energy weapons that have been around for a long time.
Neighborhood? Fire.
Two quick things about the military-industrial complex who are creating these things. BA Systems. Remember, this was a company that basically was harassing that Marine, that Medal of Honor recipient, because he said that he didn't want sniper rifles being sold to the Pakistanis. And then also General Atomics, best known for the Predator and Reaper drones, is building the second launcher. So there you go. NSA power grab. New legislation would give it broad powers to spy on critical private networks. Senator John McCain will be introducing legislation shortly that would give cybersecurity responsibility to the NSA. The TSA is coming to a highway near you. Remember the one in Tennessee, the little checkpoints? Says in the dead of the night, the Transportation Security Administration, or TSA, reclassified airport security screeners as transportation security officers, then moved to upgrade TSO uniforms to resemble those of federal law enforcement officers. While these TSOs may have the appearance of a federal law enforcement officer, they have neither the authority nor the power. So the congressman, the author of this article, introduced H.R. 3608 to stop the TSA's Reach and Policy Act, aka the STRIP Act, will simply overturn the TSA's administrative decision by prohibiting any TSA employee who has not received federal law enforcement training from using the title officer. Then on into Wisconsin's raw milk dairy farmer. Citizens organized rallied to defend raw dairy farmer facing 3 years in prison for selling, of course, unpasteurized milk. Along with a $10,000 fine in his defense, a group of sovereignty advocates will be holding a rally on March 2nd at the Sauk County Courthouse in Baraboo, Wisconsin, which he is set to appear for a court hearing. And finishing up here, 11 reasons to get your kids out of the government schools or re-education camps. You could be arrested for something that your child does. That's right. Remember the father who basically was arrested because a child drew a gun, and it was actually, when they went there to find out, the gun was actually a toy gun. But they didn't care. They just went in there and SWAT teamed him first. Ask questions later. And the cops, they actually think that this is the law, like I said in the beginning of the video, because what they're taught this, it's encouraged by these departments, and then what? They get all this money from federal funds to be militarized, and the war on drugs, the war on terror, but what? They're raised by the media, watching TV, thinking that this is what America is all about. Well, it's not. And you're going to walk into a house and get shot by somebody who's going to end up defending themselves from you terrorists. So your child can be arrested for just about anything. Burping in class, arrested for doodling on the desk. Remember that? Child might be bodily harmed by security thugs. That video I showed, the 14-year-old girl who was tasered in the groin area by security officials. And as the UN is proposing planetary regulations of the water and food, Texas rice farmers are losing their water. That's right. So what are they going to do? Oh, they have weather modification. What happened to that? Look at all these weather mod associations. Southwest China, the drought is to linger. But what about this? China's weather modification works like magic. But don't worry, you didn't see that. That doesn't exist. But we are going to call for it.